So today is day 13 of the 30-day challenge between me and Roger Grimes. I have my niece here today, McKenna, so I'm going to work with her on some basic self-defense concepts and principles, and we're just going to learn some stuff. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to use an inward block as a quick throw. So go ahead and face forward with me, face this way. So I'm going to show you what to do first. What you're going to do is trap here by your shoulder. You're going to step back with your left foot, other left foot. Take your right hand up by your ear and hit down, but sort of at a 45-degree angle, and turn your hips. Yep, let's do that 3 times in the air real quick, okay? So 1, grab your shoulder, step back, bring that hand up, sort of at a 45 down. Step back with your other left foot here. Okay. 2. And 3. Okay. Now I'm going to show you what this does. So go ahead and take a step back here, a little further, a little further. I'm going to move this stuff so I don't get my head on it. So, you remember the first move, trapping your left shoulder, right? So what's happening here is I've already grabbed you, so you're just grabbing my hand, so I can't get away. I actually need you to step forward now that I'll look at it again. So now step back with your left foot. Now, when you bring that right hand up, what you want to do is center that elbow joint. Turn that forearm into that elbow joint and twist your body around as it goes. Don't let your arm just bow over it like that. See, because if you just bow over, nothing's happening. Push through. See how it pulls the body? Okay, so come back up to the beginning. Grab the hand. Step back. Put your forearm in the elbow joint and pull down. And that's where that person's going to go. Of course, you'll have to do it with a little bit of force. So that's what I want you to do, is whenever you do that turn, go ahead and actually hit down kind of hard. About, not as hard as you can, but about 3/4 of the way there. Okay? So 1, grab, step back. Okay, now, this, you want your hips to turn at the same time you push that forearm, right? You don't want to move your arm and then your hips. They move all together. Okay? 1. There you go. Let's do it again. 2. Alright. And 3. Alright. So let's test this principle a little bit. Obviously I can make it not work, so I'm going to have you grab me there. Other hand. So the reason this works is because everywhere there's a joint is a pressure point. So when you push it, it causes it to bend, right? Can't keep it from bending. So when I step away and that arm bends, it pulls your body. Now by adding that twist too, it's further than you can usually catch your balance. So you want to do it pretty quick, right? So now as soon as you grab me, if I'm here, see where you be. So I want you to try that a little faster, doing the same thing. As soon as you see it, grab, put your hand in that elbow joint, pull them off balance. 1. Alright. Try it a little faster. 2. Good. And 3. Good. Okay, so now let's do something after that. So after you've grabbed me, grab my hand, step back. If you do this just right, you're going to knock me off balance, and I'm going to fall right here, right? So you still got that hand. So I'm going to have you fall. I'm going to show you what we're going to do from there. So grab me, other hand. When I grab here, and I push down fast enough that it takes you down, let me turn where the camera here can see what we're doing. I'm going to add this lock here. My arm's already in your forearm. So I'm going to come up and grab my bicep, grab your wrist and bend it. What I do is drop my knee in the rib cage so you can't go anywhere, and then I pull up on the wrist bone to hyperextend it. And when I push down with my knee as well, it hurts quite a bit. So we're not going to get too rough with it. So I'm going to let you throw me down, and I want you to go over that lock. Let's do it facing the other way so that the lock lands in a way it can be seen. So you grab, other hand, do an inward block, step back, and remember, bring that hand hard down at a 45 and turn your hips at the same time. That way you go further than they can reach. Now this arm's already around theirs, so come around and grab your bicep. The inside. This is your bicep.
And then.
Now this hand comes under. Drop your knee into the ribs and pull up. There you go. Let's do it again, facing this way. So I grab, trap, hit, boom. This arm grabs your bicep. Reach down, grab, and pull up with that lock. Good. Okay, so let's move into just that lock in a little bit easier of a way. Let's say this person is going to push us. So push your hand towards me. What I'm going to do is push with a soft hand block and grab. Let's have you do just that much of it. Let's see. So I'm pushing with my left hand and you're pushing with your right. So if I push you with my right hand, push over with your left hand. Just do that much 3 times real quick. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Okay, now push at me again. So I've stepped and I've pushed. You've gotten that much, right? Now I'm just going to grab, preferably your wrist. I like to put my thumb on the pinky and dig my fingers into this pressure point here and turn that quick. Causes just a little bit of pain, makes them comply a little bit easier. And then I can use that thumb for pressure. So I've got a wrist lock just right there if I need it, right? But that's not the lock I'm going to use. So after I have pulled the hand up, palm facing them, I step up and your elbow joint, I just cup it in my elbow joint. Once I do that, I put my hand on the outside of the wrist. Now, when I pull down on the wrist, my forearm pulls up on the bar and it creates a lock there, which you can take the person down with. Okay? So again, I push, you step up with that soft hand block.
Oh, wait.
Push with your left hand. You've already got the hand, so grab a hold of the hand and turn it towards them. Step up and cup their elbow with the inside of your elbow. You're right. Now whenever you pull down on the arm, what happens? You're in this lock. Good. So let's do that 5 times.
Okay, so this hand I block with, right?
Correct.
Okay.
1, block, grab, step up, almost bring it underneath, and then go. Right. 2, step up, soft hand block, grab the hand, make it face them. There you go. And that's exactly right. When you get good at it, you can just coil through it. 4, 5, 6.
Oh.
Under. Good. Oh, I did say 5. You're right. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I hate about this lock. So go ahead and push with your right hand again.
Oh.
So when I push to the left, I step here, I come around here, and I pull. But where are you at? No, your arm. It's in the exact same lock if you were to pull forward. Even though I put you in this lock, I also put myself in the lock. It's one of the things I hate about the lock. So if you're going to use it, you have to do it quick and fast, because if they catch you right here, they may be able to just overpower you and get you with that very same lock when you apply it. So that's one important thing to know whenever practicing that one. Alright, let's end off with a simple knife takeaway. I want to do this one because I've seen it messed up a lot. It's a really simple technique, but people have a lot of trouble with it. So we're going to use a pen because I don't have a knife on hand right now. So this is just getting the knife out of the hand here. What do you think you would do? Go ahead, do anything. Yeah? It's something, right? Okay, so grab it. So the technique I like to do basically looks something like this. You're not holding a knife anymore, right? Looks easy, so how do people mess it up? Go ahead and try it. Didn't work, right? Why didn't it work?
I didn't hit it hard enough.
You didn't hit the right points.
Oh.
So, whenever you do this, this goes back to that pressure point theory I was talking about. We have a pressure point on the inside of the wrist. When we hit the inside of the wrist, it causes the wrist to bend. Right?
Yeah.
So, try to hold your hand straight whenever I hit this wrist. Don't let your wrist bend. It's going to bend, isn't it? It just is. Okay, now the other pressure point I'm using, like I said, behind the joint is always a pressure point. So when I hit it right behind the knuckles here, what happens is even though your fist is closed, close your fist tight. Whenever I push behind the knuckle, it causes the hand to open. Try to hold your fist tight. All I'm going to do is push right behind the knuckle. Your hand opens, right? Can't keep it closed with something pushing behind the knuckle. So whenever I do this technique, a lot of people mess up because they clap both hands, which supports it. You don't want to support it. What you want to do is with one hand hitting the wrist to cause the wrist to bend, while with the other hand hit right behind the knuckles to cause the hand to open. And that's when they lose the weapon. Alright? So those little pressure points, they do matter, but you don't see them. And it just looks like, you know, I'm over here clapping my hands together. But now, slow it down. Whenever you hit, this one hits the inside of the wrist. I use 2 fingers a lot, but you can just turn and use the whole side of your hand, or you can use your palm. It doesn't really matter. I like using 2 fingers because it's just a small point. Or I use the edge of this. If it's someone a lot stronger than me, I'll use an inward block with a chop to make it bend. Right? Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to have it. So you hit the inside, and at the same time, you hit right behind the hands. And what I do for that is I make a half fist, like that, and I hit with the top of my knuckles right behind the knuckles. So whenever I hit both of those at the same time, instead of one or the other, now go ahead and hit them both at the same time, it comes out.
I did it.
Right. So I'm going to have you try this 5 times. I'm going to come in with a stab like this. Okay. So back up a little bit. Give yourself some room. Remember, you want it to happen simultaneously. Yep. 2. Back of the hand and the wrist. There you go. Okay. I'm going to come a little bit faster. 3. Good. Alright, I'm going to come a little faster. 4. I think you got stabbed. Let's do that one again. Let's do it again. 4. Better. And 5. Good.
It would stab me in the throat a little bit.
So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try not to hurt you. So try to stab me 5 times here. Let's see if you can do it once. Oh, I didn't get stabbed, but I didn't take it out either. So again, 1. Ah, you know the technique now. See it again. There we go. Try not to do it with too much pressure because it can hurt. Okay, 2. Well, you just threw it that time. You can't give it to me that easily. Come on now. Try it all once. So again, 2. I feel like you gave it to me. Alright, let's try it again. 3. Even if it doesn't come out of the hand, the beauty about this is you're still back in that wrist lock we used earlier, right? And then I can get it.
Or I could have stabbed myself in the neck.
You could. 4. And the reason it's not working when I'm doing it right now is because I'm using my palm rather than hitting behind the knuckles because I don't want to hurt you. Alright, so let's do it again. And 5. Oh, and again. And 5. There we go. Alright, so that's the trick to that technique. Again, it's hard to make it work whenever you're not willing to hurt somebody. To make these techniques hurt or work, you do have to kind of put some force into it. But it is good to do it like that, you know, have them try to actually stab you a few times, see if it works or not. Because it may not, and there may be something you need to fix in the technique. Like I pointed out, I was using the palm, using a bunch of different things. Okay, let's do just one more before we end off. Let's do a club attack. Let's use a small stick.
Golf club?
Like a baseball bat type club.
There you go.
We do have a baseball bat, but my baseball bat would knock my lights out, so...
That wouldn't be too good.
You know what, let's use it anyways, we'll just be careful. Let's use the baseball bat. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this strike is I'm going to come up with a baseball bat. Normally I would be down here, but if I do that right now, I'm going to hit everything in the room, and that's why I'm choking down. So let's learn this technique called club attack. So they're coming overhead. Any idea what you're going to do first? Alright. Probably be hitting the head, yeah.
I would try to move.
So let's face forward. Yes. First thing you want to do is step closer to them, because the further down you are on that bat, the more it's going to hurt when it hits. I'm going to do an X block up high to catch. Right hand on top in this case. Okay? So let's step back and do just that. 1, X block, good, and again, 2, X block, and 3, X block. Okay, next thing we'll make a big clockwise circle. Okay, so we'll use both hands and just circle it like a clock up until your palms are together, right? Because whenever you do this big X, your right hand will come under, and when they come back up, palms can touch. Okay, let's do that 3 times. 1, X block, big circle, catch. 2, X block, big circle, catch. And 3, X block, big circle, and catch. Let me show you where you're at right now. So so go ahead and try to come at me and strike overhead. You'll have to choke up a little bit, right? Okay, so I'm stepping up and I'm catching this arm with that X block. Now I'm circling it out. Now I'm catching your hand here, right? I have hold of your hands. That's where you're at. So go ahead and try that. I'll step up, X block. Right hand should be on top, and you want your X to catch the forearm, not the bat, because you'll break your arms. If that bat hits your arms will break. Okay, now circle this way, all the way around until you catch that arm. Okay, now once you catch that arm, what I want you to do, step underneath my arm and bring that back behind my back. Now you can take that bat away from me and do whatever you want. Right? So that's when I'm going to move to a smaller club to give us a little more room, because that choke down makes that technique particularly hard. So if I use a small club, we'll do 1, step up with your X block, right hand on top. And don't hit this, that's going to hurt. Hit the arm. The arm is soft, it's got muscle tissue. This is metal, it's going to hurt. Make a big circle, step underneath, bring the arm behind, boom, there you go. Let's do it again. 2, X block, right hand on top though. Circle, step under, pull behind, and again. Let's do that 10 whole times you get used to it. 3. Go back, let's do 3 again here. Alright, so slow it down. 3, X block with the right hand on top. Now make the big circle first, then step with your right foot. Nope, other right foot. Come back. Now step your right foot under, and you can spin this way and come underneath. Okay? 5. Sorry.
Oh.
I'm getting this backwards.
I was like.
5. Other hand on top. Circle. Step under, spinning this way, and bring it up. 6. Right hand on top. Circle. Step under, and spin. There you go.
So this hand's on top?
Yes, right hand's on top. Unless I strike with this hand, and then it will change. Yeah. 7. Step under. This is called club attack 8.
There's an
8. Yes, there is. Other foot steps up. There you go. Now, when you step up, it'll be a little easier to get underneath. Good. 9. Good. And 10. Good. Okay, now I'm going to have you swing it and slowly go over the technique
This hand?
in case they can catch it with your right hand. Okay, so you're coming overhead, I'm stepping up, and you want to brush and catch up on this arm, and hopefully it'll go past your body, and at the same time step off at a 45, so if it does strike down, it still misses you, right? Don't just stand there and think your arms are going to do everything. Now move off the center of the line, get up in close. Now circle around. When I've come up, I grab the weapon out of their hand here. And you step upright, turn over towards your left shoulder, step behind, bring that arm behind them, and pull tight. Oh, 2 more times. So 2, here.
You can do that a lot faster than me.
I've done this for years. And 3. Great. Now Now the cool thing about this, what if I had a knife instead? And I was coming with that overhead strike. It still works. Don't have to change a thing.
Give me
It's one of my favorite ones to do in tournaments. Say you go to do that strike, stab you overhead. In tournaments, I like to come around, cut them with their own weapon. Right? A lot of fun. Let's go ahead and do it one more time. Circle, bring, step underneath, come back, grab the knife. There you go. You got it. Alright, that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It's a few self-defense techniques, a few principles. McKenna's not trained, so thought it'd be fun to work with a beginner because most people I'm going to be training are beginners. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, and make sure to like and subscribe.